Hello, thank you so much for all the comments. And can I pick up one or two today? Michael Harrison said to me about English National Opera. He said, I think that both you and I are out of date. Contemporary culture is not ENO. Instead, it's I'm a celebrity, get me out of here. I hope he's wrong, but he may well be right. I think we need to understand reality TV. As somebody who's been on it, I think it's a medium that is in need of some serious safety devices, not only for the people who are participating, because of course reality TV is one of those extraordinary new forms of entertainment, and it comes at a price. So to date, at least 53 people have killed themselves because of involvement with reality TV. It's very, very shocking. I think we're in a position to help in Britain. We have done so much to make entertainment safe. When you go into a British theatre, you see the seats screwed into the floor. You see lavatories on the way down to the stalls or whatever. You see bars, not in the theatre itself, but just outside, not in the auditorium, but just outside. All of these things, and the safety curtain, all of these things came in because the government took an interest in the chaos of variety theatre, of the music hall, and it legislated to make theatre safe. We led the way in making the theatre safe. We can lead the way in making reality TV safe, not just for performers, because I can tell you from my own experience, they have a tough time. And people who have been on these shows are at the mercy of the production company and their hangers-on for quite some time after the show has aired. And now, because of the government's most recent ruling in the form of a paper which is controlled by Ofcom, which itself was a result of a committee meeting in Parliament which met to discuss the horrors of the Jeremy Kyle show and Love Island, but then was disbanded after hearing just the testimony from production. It didn't really hear any testimony from people who had been participants, people who had been the, let's call them victims, on reality TV. It heard testimony from 4 people. I don't consider that a very thorough examination. And after the 2019 election, it was supposed to be reconvened, and it never was. And instead, a white paper was drafted which effectively cemented as a legal reality the practice that already existed, giving production companies so much more power over the people they are engaging. And there is no independent support, no agents, no advice, no unions. The union Equity, for example, the union I belong to, won't touch reality TV people, won't touch them. And the general secretary there, who's a lad called Fleming, is really quite abusive in his contempt for the idea that somebody who is on a television program for a month or 2 months every night should be represented by Equity. What he forgets is that Equity amalgamated with the Variety Artists Federation, which was the earlier union, which was there in the early part of the 20th century, which led one of the first successful bits of industrial action, led by people like Mary Lloyd, the great Mary Lloyd. And the Variety Artists Federation took the view that anybody who was performing deserved to have representation, deserved to be in a union, if they wanted to be. Anyone who was involved in entertainment. Equity takes a slightly different view. It's a privilege you have to earn, and I think equity is a little bit jumped up, really. But I should be careful what I say, I suppose. Anyway, Michael Harrison, thank you so much, and thank you to everybody who's written in and who's put forward their views, whether these are views which I agree with or not. I mean, I really don't mind. I just want to see an active forum and these issues debated in an interesting way. I would prefer a little less sloganizing and a little more thought, but who am I? Who am I? I'm really pushing the ball out and seeing what happens, and I can't control it. And it's over to you. It's over to you. You're the people in charge.